LBC News, 27 minutes after 10. I just want to talk about missed rent or mortgage payments and the difficulties that some people can get into. To help us with this, Matt Dronfield is joining us. He's Managing Director of the charity Debt Free Advice. The consumer group, which, Matt, has done a lot of report here. Half of people have had to make changes to cover their costs just now, like dipping into savings and cuttings back on essentials. Would you say, though, that trying to keep your rent or mortgage payments up to date is pretty essential?
Hi, Martin. Thank you for having us on the show today. Yes, keeping your rent up to date is essential, although we appreciate just how hard this has been. Over the last year, we've seen a 65% increase in the number of inbound inquiries to our service. And that's on top of record numbers turning to us last year. Over the past 17 years, our charity, Debt Free Advice, has supported over 500,000 people manage their finances, and it's never been tougher for them.
And those inbound questions you talk about and how much they've increased, what are the themes that are commonly being asked about?
So it's all costs to do with people's housing. Unsurprisingly, 40% of those coming to us this year are coming to us with rent arrears. And in addition to that, it's also the cost of living in terms of your energy bills. We've seen a 47.4% increase in clients coming to us with gas arrears and a 44.4% increase in those coming to us with electric arrears. We've also seen, what's really worrying, the number of clients needing access to food banks. The percentage of those has doubled since just October, demonstrating the urgent need for support.
And where can they get support? Is it that there is support there and people are just unaware of it? Or is that people really up against it and they don't have enough cash to meet their expenses?
So for many people, they are really, really struggling right now. And you mentioned there, is it important? So our advice is absolutely speak to your landlord or speak to your mortgage provider if you're struggling. If you're unable to keep up with those and you don't engage with the person that's responsible for your housing, ultimately you could lose that housing. So it is a priority debt, one where you can lose your housing. The earlier you engage with your landlord or mortgage provider, the more options they might have available to support you through that. Although if you're struggling because, apart from health, your financial issues are probably second most thing that you keep to yourselves. There is support available. Our service, Debt Free Advice, has been here, as I say, for the last 17 years. We can negotiate on your behalf. You can call us for free on 0800 808 5700 or pop into your local advice centre where we can provide face-to-face advice and even negotiate on your behalf. There's a few other things out there. So at the moment, for customers on prepayment meters, because in addition to the mortgage costs that have gone up for many, prepayment meters is really struggling. There's over £100 million in unclaimed prepayment credit that has not been claimed. And the deadline for that is the end of June. So there's support available from your energy provider as well, if you're not aware of that.
There's a set amount of... Just let's to develop that point a minute. There is support out there, and is it just ignorance or unawareness by people, by homeowners or renters, that support needs to be tapped into? I mean, how complicated is it to get that money?
So it's not complicated. You just need to contact your energy provider. You mentioned, why are people not doing it? There could be a couple of reasons for this, we feel. Firstly, a lack of knowledge that this support is available to anybody in a prepayment meter. And secondly, we all know how challenging it can be getting through to your energy provider on the phone. Sometimes, especially during the cost of living crisis, there's been calls of over an hour. Our advisors call up on behalf of our customers that we're supporting, so we're fully aware of how long it can take to get through to the right person.
Okay.
But persistence is key here when that support's available.
Yeah, we should be realistic though, Matt. There's no guarantee even your good offices will succeed, is there? Or is there an obligation on behalf of landlords or mortgage providers to be lenient?
There is no guarantee, as you're correct, but people that accessed our advice services in the last year were £13 million in total financially better off as a result of accessing that free advice service. The average customer came to us with £18,000 worth of debt, and that's a combination of rent arrears, mortgage arrears, utility debt as well. So as much as there's no guarantee about this, I want to get the message across that support is out there, and the first step is taking up that free support.
Matt, thank you very much indeed for sharing the thoughts with us this morning. Matt Dronfield, Managing Director at the charity Debt Free Advice. It's 10:33.
This is LBC News.
We've seen signs of inflation really peaking.
We'll continue to struggle in terms of rising prices.
I cannot believe that he